Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. On this episode, I'm going over a week on the wrist with my Vacheron Constantin Overseas 4520V, the blue dial. And man, what a week it has been. Started off in the Eastern Sierras, then we moved over to Zion National Park. I got probably my favorite photograph of the year as I was hiking up the Narrows. I used this watch to time my long exposure. And to top it all off, I got married in this watch. So we got a lot to cover. Let's get to it. We had we had one issue, which I'll talk about. But is this watch still my Grail watch? Is it worth being a Grail watch? What are my thoughts on it? Let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shane Walls and I make a living as a fine art nature photographer with my gallery based in Laguna Beach, California. And on this channel, I do videos about my photography, traveling out, capturing those special images. But I also do videos about my amateur watch collecting journey, such as this one. I've recently started working on an amazing photography project where I'll be traveling around the US and Canada photographing the national parks. This is special to me, and I think it's a big step forward in my career, so I wanted a timepiece that represented that, and I can take it with me on this journey. Something special, something unique, like the Vacheron Overseas. Now, jumping into, let's start off with the negative, because I know YouTube loves negatives first. First issue I had with this watch is I did get it magnetized. It's not the watch's fault, really, it's me being stupid. On the camper van I have, the mosquito, the bug nets that come down, they're attached by magnets so you can go in and out. When I was when I was packing up the van to go on this trip up to Zion, my neighbor came by and I wasn't thinking. I had the watch on, obviously, and I grabbed the edge of the band and I was talking to this gentleman for about 2 minutes or so, going over trails, we're gonna hike and all that. It was to my horror, I turned around and one of the magnets had just stuck to the side of the watch. It must have been about 2 minutes. The magnet was stuck right here. Wasn't the end of the world. I knew it was magnetized. As you can see here, I used the compass to show that the watch was obviously magnetized. I thought it would really speed it up. It didn't. It slowed it down to exactly 5 seconds. I'm not sure if that's the craftsmanship or the design of this watch. Even though it was magnetized, it still kept decent time, but it was 5 seconds slow, which it's never been that before while I was wearing it. No big deal. I took it to Vacheron, fixed that. They fixed it within 15 minutes. And I haven't had the issue since or before then. I've gone in and out of that van a ton of times. It just must have been me sitting there with a magnet stuck to it, really kind of threw it off, and it got magnetized. When the watch wasn't magnetized, the accuracy on it was impeccable. It was remarkable how accurate this watch is. It's pretty much day accurate when it doesn't leave my wrist. When I was out camping or even staying in the hotel or in the van, it doesn't leave my wrist. There was a stretch of 3 days where I didn't take the watch off my wrist, and after those 3 days, it was only a half second fast. So that just shows you how impressive and accurate this movement is. But what I truly love about this movement, it is how easy it is to manipulate the timing, the accuracy of it. All my other watches, if you follow the rule, if you store the watch when you're not wearing it, dial up, it'll gain time. If you store the watch when you're not wearing it on the crown or on the side, it will lose time. All my other watches, they do that to a point, but it is a little random. Sometimes they'll gain a second if it's face up. Sometimes they'll gain 2 seconds if it's outside. Sometimes they'll lose a second. Sometimes they'll lose 2 seconds. There are some phenomena in there though, where it will switch and gain a second even though it's on its side. Back to the craftsmanship and design of this movement. It doesn't matter what you do when it's on the wrist. Every time I leave this watch up, it gains exactly a half a second. When I leave it on its side, it loses exactly a second. When I put the crown down, it loses exactly 2 seconds. Every time. It doesn't fluctuate at all, which I think is kind of crazy. And it's fun to keep this watch perfectly day accurate just by how you leave it overnight. So I've been very impressed with that. I've totally forgotten about that. It doesn't have hacking seconds. It's been so easy to keep exact time. And it's been nice when I've been going through different time zones to click out to the second setting of the crown and just move it, and you don't have to worry about catching it exactly because it's not hacked. So let's just keep in perfect time and you just move the hours hand to set it. It hasn't been an inconvenience in any way. Another thing I truly love about this watch is how comfortable the bracelet is and the rubber. I haven't tried the leather one yet. Both of those are extremely comfortable. The rubber strap is great for hiking, very comfortable, easy to switch in and out, obviously. And it has the lightweight feel of it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first looked at it, a little flimsy. After wearing it though, I totally take that back. It's not flimsy at all. It connected, it wore well, it wore tight, it wore comfortable. Same with the metal bracelet I mentioned in my earlier videos. It felt a little flimsy, but that's just because I'm used to over-engineered, heavy-duty Rolex bracelets. The steel bracelet is thinner and a lot lighter with the bigger taper, which I love the way it looks. And comfort-wise too, it's so much more comfortable than its predecessor, the 4500. It takes away that chunkiness, and just it feels more elegant, it feels more comfortable, and I don't feel like I have a brick on my arm. As well as to the micro adjustment, I should really jump into this actually. The micro adjustment on this watch, it's self-deploying. And real quick, I like my watches really, really tight on my wrist. I was able to find the perfect fit for this watch because this watch also has every link can be removed. Found the perfect fit to help with the self-deployment of the micro adjustments. Now, like a lot of people, my wrists will get bigger throughout the day, whether I'm hiking, not so much if I'm in the office. But what I like to do every night before I put this watch to bed, I put the micro adjustments fully in. The next morning, I'll put on the watch, and as my wrist grows, the micro adjustments will automatically deploy when they need to. Now I know that sounds a little funky, but it's not. It's really, really well engineered and designed how they did this. So for instance, if I take this watch into the office, I'll come home that night and probably neither one of the deployments have deployed. The micro adjustments haven't gotten bigger because I didn't need it. I was in AC office all day. When I go hiking, it's usually after the first mile, I'll take the watch off and open up the adjustment. Here, it has that enough friction just to click on when I need it to. So it's so nice after the end of the hike, I'll come back, and both micro adjustments have been deployed. I never noticed it, but the watch is still tight. It just gave me that little extra room, which is so comfortable and nice and so well designed that I don't need to think about it. The band will do it itself. And if I'm coming down and maybe it's coming down at night, it's getting cold, and both micro adjustments have deployed, all I need to do when I'm going down is just give a quick squeeze and one will connect too. And there's always that perfect fit. I've never had that with my other watches. All my other watches, you have to stop and manually deploy the micro adjustment. Not on this one. It's really cool and interesting. Now over the last week, well actually kind of closer to 2 weeks if I'm honest, I wore this watch as a normal watch as I would a tool watch. I hiked with it, I camped with it. So it's no surprise that the polished fronts did get pretty scratched up. If scratches bother you, the polished parts of this watch are a bit of a magnet for scratches. I love the look of it and I'm gonna keep wearing it as I do, and I hope to get this watch really scratched up. I think it's gonna look great. While hiking in the forest, or especially up the Narrows where it's just steep 1,000-foot cliffs on either side, sandstone cliffs, this watch took some knocks, got some big scratches. I was impressed, however, with some of those knocks. I fell and hit this first. I got a nice new ding on the corner here. The watch, the shock protection, held up great. Kept its accuracy. I had no issues over the weeks of wearing this watch, banging it, hitting it. Again, camping, hiking, all that stuff. No problems. I am impressed with how tough this watch is, and a lot of people were kind of nervous taking this watch out. It's tougher than you think it is. It's taken some good knocks and it's kept ticking and stayed extremely accurate. Legibility, lume on this, it's okay. Legibility is good with that dark blue dial and the white gold indices. You can read it in low light. The lume, it is long lasting. It's not as good as the Rolex lume in the way that it takes a little bit longer for it to charge, and it will last about 6 to 8 hours on a really good charge. I've noticed the Rolexes need about a half hour to an hour and they're fully charged up and it'll last all night. This needs to be out in the sun a little bit longer. If it's overcast, the lume's not the best, but it still is very good and it's useful for when you're sleeping in a tent and you need to check, sunrise or when you're getting up. The lume just about lasts that long. If you're in pitch dark and you had a good charge on it in the sun, the lume is pretty good. But just quick legibility, that dark blue dial with the indices, the white date is very easy to see. I'm very impressed with that. As for going under the radar, another reason why I got this watch is no one knows Vacheron. It's gonna go under the radar. I'm gonna be traveling a lot with it. It kind of went under the radar in the best possible way. It might be because I'm hiking and people see a kind of a shiny watch. It draws their attention. 2 people commented on it while I was on the trails out and about, but they all thought it was the PRX, which is perfect. I love that about this watch. Totally under the radar. People notice it. Real enthusiasts, I should say, notice it. They don't quite recognize it, and they recognize it as a PRX, which is, it's the best of both worlds. I can talk to enthusiasts. If a baddie saw it, they're not going to come after me thinking it's a very, very, very less expensive watch. So I enjoyed that as well. This watch, it's been a win-win-win. I'm so excited I got it. I made the right call. You're always a little worried about meeting your heroes, meeting your Grail watch and wearing it for a while. That it doesn't live up to the hype you've created in your head. This watch in every way, shape, and form has lived up to the hype. The accuracy is incredible. It's been banged around. It's been hit. I love that it takes scratches, but it hasn't hurt the watch at all. This is a tool watch. I was a little nervous. I had to be a little delicate with it. I tried my best not to think about it because this watch has to prove itself. I'm going to be putting it through very harsh elements. I mean, I did hiking through the Narrows, hiking through the wilderness of the Eastern Sierras. It took some lumps, it took some bumps, and no issues at all. So I've been very impressed with this watch, and I can't emphasize it enough how cool it is to be able to have a luxury timepiece on your wrist when you're out in the middle of nowhere where things aren't going that right. It's harsh, you're cold, and you look down, it's inspiring. A piece of high horology, exquisite craftsmanship, attention to detail, elegant yet functional, robust design, the pursuit of precision and timeless beauty. All criteria I strive to emulate in my fine art photography. Is on your wrist. It just pumps you up. It really does, at least in my case. And it was so much fun to do these crazy hikes, beat it up, get these amazing photographs, never take it off my wrist, and go straight into getting married. This watch has endeared itself to me already, just over the last 10 days to 2 weeks of wearing this watch. I am so excited about it. I can't wait to take it on more adventures. It had such a high bar to clear, and it did it. I went in a little nervous about wearing this out in the wilderness. I've been hearing it from everybody. Don't do it, you'll ruin it. I think I've only made this watch more special with the scratches. Had to use a little bit of the water resistance of it. It's 150. I was just diving in and out of slot canyons. No issues. This is a true luxury piece that can do anything. Very excited about this watch. And it's almost become a good luck charm already. As other landscape photographers know, when you go out to capture something special, something unique, it's really 1 in 10 to get that amazing shot. I've been out 3 times with this watch, and each time I got my favorite shot of the year in Zion. I got another amazing shot up in the Eastern Sierras. I got 2 shots in Zion coming in. And so I've never had this good a streak, 3 good images in a week's time. So that's pretty special. It's become a good luck charm in that way. So I knew it was going to be special when everything was coming together. The weather worked out. Fall color was beautiful. My little good luck charm. And I like how this watch changes throughout the day. Not only the micro adjustments deploying, but also to the blue dial. Every different lighting situation, the dial is different. Direct sun, you have hard contrast, beautiful blues and blacks. Overcast, you have a nice dull blue. And I never understood why the rubber strap was that blue, because it never seemed to match it. But in the narrows, a little bit of an overcast, shadow light, open shadow, the blue of the dial could perfectly match the blue of the strap. That was very special for me to see. It didn't hit home until I saw those two together. And to be quite honest, I preferred the black strap. And I asked them, they'd only give me the blue. I'm glad though I went with the blue, because once I saw those two together, it totally worked and it totally matched in such a beautiful, beautiful location. To see those come together, that was special. But just going throughout the day, the blue changes in every type of light. You never have the same blue. And that also is a bit inspiring after a long day of just being cold, just to see, look down at your watch, oh, what kind of blue is the dial showing right now? If you like what you saw, please give us a like, hit subscribe. We'll be doing a lot more content coming out early next year, and that really helps our channel out as we grow it to be one of the bigger channels and really put more content out there. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We got some more travel stuff coming up. We got some more camera stuff coming up. And of course, I'll do more about this watch as I go along. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.